Hey everybody, it's RGBs here, and today we are going to be doing a little bit of, well, maintenance. I have noticed that, you know, I'm getting bigger and I'm kind of, running the farm basically out as far as I want it to, or at least as far as it can go safely. Let me show you what I mean. So I'm running down here, and this area right here is open to a big ravine. Now I've actually got two ravines right next to each other. I've got this one here, and run just tuck inside the swamp. I've got a second one right inside the swamp right here. Now these are both very exciting ravines. I don't need them. They're fun to have near the property, but they're kind of dangerous, and that's not helping me right now. So I'm going to be covering them just to, golly, get them out of my way. But first I want to go in there and just do some caving, do a little exploring, make sure I'm not, losing any resources or anything like that. So I'm going to be doing basically a little bit of cave diving. I'm going to do that in a minute, but before I go, before I dive into the deep... yeah, I wanted that. Dark abyss. I'm going to do just a little bit of repair work, or rather finishing up maintenance tasks on my workshop, or shed, basically. I keep forgetting what I'm calling this thing. Just getting used to all this again. So the big things that need to change are as follows. I need to redo this because this 3 pylon thing isn't really working. I like the nice airy openness of basically a big open. I just want it to be a big open area. No big deal. Alright, so we're just going to do a little bit of changing in here. Shouldn't be too traumatic of a task to do. A little bit of light maintenance when you get down to it. So just make sure everything's in line with kind of my standard building methods. There. I will grab my stone blocks, drop these away, drop these away. Looks good. And just pop these in here. Now at some point I'm going to sit down and actually finish the windows on this thing. I do have this kind of balcony, and I don't like the look of it from the outside, but it's nice to be able to kind of walk around outside and see what's there. So we'll see about making that into an actual thing, I think, and probably in another episode, but we're just kind of playing it by ear today. So I need to go into my tools kit, grab one of these. I need my bucket. Always helps to have a water bucket. Grab a crafting table because you never know when you're going to need a crafting table. Going to grab some coal because you never don't need coal, though I will probably find some down there. And everything's good. I'll just sleep because it's smart. I'm trying to avoid nighttime if I can. A little unrealistic in this scenario. I'm going to be so close to base that things are going to spawn up here, and that's just the way it's going to be. So I'm going to have to clear this place out eventually. So might as well get used to it. There's water around here, and I can probably just jump. Yeah. Yay! I'm alive. Alright, so I'm down here mainly with an eye towards lighting up the area. A reasonable amount. Doesn't have to be a ton. And getting any resources that happen to be lying around, such as coal, iron. Speak of the devils. And, Gold would be great, but I don't think it's going to be likely at this level. I'm also going to be exploring any underground cave systems. Now I haven't grabbed any wood. Oh, look at that. See, that's why you get coal. You get coal because you oftentimes just run right into iron. Alright. Good. Wonderful. Alright. Alright. It's gonna be one of those days. Okay. Alright. Now we're cooking. Now we are cooking. Alright. Coal, cobble. Grab a torch. Oh, I want to know where you are. I bet you're right behind there. I bet you're right behind there. Yeah, I'm sure I'll pop up. Now it occurs to me, I could use this ravine. I have been thinking about building a mob farm, just as a way of like getting, you know, resources and drops. But I don't like building these things high up in the air. Frankly, I just don't like going up that high. And, you know, I don't mind doing a lot of caving, so... And my plan is to ultimately light up everything around here. So it occurs to me I could use this thing's basic structure as kind of a mob spawner. I think. Have to do a little planning on that, but, you know, it's worthwhile. It's an idea. Maybe. I don't know. If you happen to be watching this, tell me what you think. Would that work? I mean, like, you know, I know the spawns would probably be a little lower and they might be better off up high in the sky, but I just hate building that high. Makes me queasy. All right. Wow, there's really nothing up here. Lame ravine. Alright. Yeah. Good. Yes, good. Alright. Now there's a cave system here. We discovered that. That's awesome. Let's add some light in there. Let's see if we can't find the end of it. And that was really easy and a little disappointing. Alright. We want some adventuring. Alright. But whatever, it's lit. Okay. Let's see. Trying to adjust my earbud. Ugh. All right. Ding, 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 ding. Kind of starting to worry about dying a lot more now, because as I've been being very active and running around and getting all sorts of, you know, awesome resources and everything like that. But I've also accumulated a lot of XP, and I'm starting to feel a big bullseye growing on my chest. Let's see. I was just seeing maybe if there was a cave around here somewhere. I swore I heard a zombie around here. So I'm just kind of poking, you know? Alright. Hello, grass. Alright. Now I hear a skeleton. There you are. I burn you. Where did you come from? You weren't there, were you? Where did you come from? Oh. How strange. Alright. Well, there's resources up there. Where did he come from? It's incredible. All right. Do I want that? Yes, I do. Alright. Here are them piggies. Pre-bacon. Alright. Oh. Ugh. Ow. Okay, looks like I've got all the resources in this place. And now we get to go through the wonderful, wonderful process of sealing this place up. Yay. Alright. Or there's a cave up there and I totally didn't see it. Yay! This just got more exciting. Be my friend. Be my friend, you beautiful. This is not nearly as exciting as I hoped. God dang it. Alright. Oh well. All's well that ends well, I suppose. Bacon from the sky. Alright, well, let's just dig our way out of here. This seems like a totally good idea. Yeah. Alright. Now let's go to bed. Don't want to deal with the mobs. No siree. Yes. Sleep. Sleep. Okay, so I need to fill this thing in. For that, I'm going to need dirt to cover, and any other kind of random fill. I don't have a lot of fill. That's because I don't do a lot of mining at all. Boy, this is going to be hard. I don't want to use wood because wood's seriously a pain. I might not be able to do this. Okay, snap out of it. Alright, here's what we're going to do. We are going to secure this area. That means that we are going to at least cover this area because I don't want to fall to my death accidentally. Alright. Yes. That is a good thing. Good idea. Good idea. Alright. And I'll just stick that there. Sorry, little bunny guy. You're just not special enough. You'll be trapped down here for eternity with no friends. Alright. Get these in place. Wahahaha. Alright. Man, I think I might have to start mining here just as a necessity. This is getting ridiculous. Alright. Alright. Dirt, dirt, dirt. Dirt, dirt, dirt. Well, good enough. Right? Right. Okay. So, let's see. I think I need to start a mine. I was hoping to avoid it. Really was. But, you know, I've kind of run out of caves to explore, or at least around here. Done villages, done a lot of things. You know what? Yeah, there's one more thing I can do. I can use up all this XP. Somehow. Now, I would like to do that through enchanting, but for enchanting, I need lapis, and I don't have much. And that's okay. That's okay. But I think it would be better to go out on my village trips with my books and emeralds and go ahead and get some of those enchanted books that I spent so long tracking down. Alright. Right here. So if I look, I can get Silk Touch, which is awesome, Looting, Respiration 3, Smite 5, Projectile Protection. Yeah, I think that's probably what I'm going to do. But for that, I'm going to have to go back and review what is needed for each of those trades. I'm not going to go out there with just kind of nothing. I know I'm going to need a ton of books, and for that, I'm going to need to, and this is what we're doing today, I'm going to need to get my sugarcane production back up and running. So, how we're going to do that is we are going to need an extra bucket. Oh yes. Some water, because I could do it here, but I don't want to. I'm going to set up its own custom farm. Alright, I think coarse dirt should work just fine. It doesn't need any particular type of material to be on. And I think we'll just set it at the edge of one of these rows. Or should I put it over here? I think maybe, yeah, I'll put it over here. This way I don't have to, like, do anything super fancy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to dig out every other hole here. Alright. Yes. Perfect. Wonderful. This is gonna be a lot. A lot of sugarcane. Oh man, oh man. Okay. Yep. 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 Boop doo 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 doo. Dum 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 dum. Do 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 do. Alright. Yes indeed. Yes indeed. This is gonna be awesome. So, okay. To make books, you need sugar cane or reeds or whatever the texture is. And a fair amount of water. Now, to do this, we're going to need to make an infinite water source. Like so. Right? And just start filling these. And I'm sure that there's an easier way to do this. There better be, but I don't know it. Alright. Oh, it's gonna get me dizzy. Here, piggy, piggy, piggy. Alright. This is just to get some going. I'm gonna try and fill this whole thing up. And I will probably cover these all with lily pads so I can just start running through here willy-nilly and not have to worry about falling into a water hole. But 2 rows of this will be enough to definitely get us going. Oh. And here we go. Now I could do stone slabs. And that would give me more or less the same effect. But I don't want to. Because, you know, when you're harvesting this stuff, it's really handy to just be able to run through and just punch it all down and grab it as you go. Instead of having to be like slow and methodical about it. You know, if it's by the lake, it's really easy. But if you want to do it all in one go like this, you know, and get a lot of it, and I mean a lot, you need a good system set up for it. And that's kind of what we're all about here. All right. We'll set up here, 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 here. Here, 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 here. You pig, get out of the way. If you were a pig man, I wouldn't do it, but yeah. Whew. Okay, and yeah, we're just gonna do the rest of it like that. So we'll just do a quick jump cut, and yeah, we'll be back here in a second. Alright, so quick update and then back to work. I've laid down several rows of these sugarcane, and now I am just filling these in with lily pads. This will work. And I'm doing this so that, you know, generally once I have them in here, apparently, I'll be able to just walk with impunity and not have to worry about falling into the water or kind of juddering up and down in a really, you know, visually unpleasant way. Frankly, if I didn't have a swamp biome right next door, literally right next door, I wouldn't be doing this. I'd be using, you know, half slabs of some variety. usually stone half slabs. But in this case, since I've got it, I'm going to use it. So we're just cruising away, putting these on, and I'm just going to finish this up and we'll continue on with the video. Alright, that is done and dusted, and so already we're kind of growing a few of these, so I'll just show you. I mean, I can just now walk across this just fine and pick this up, no problem. So it's a pretty handy setup, all told. So I'm just going to go in, probably going to have to sleep here one more time, and then I think we might call this episode soon, because, you know, we've accomplished, you know, our major goals for this episode at least. And after we make a few books, because it'll be somewhat cathartic. I can't make books. I don't have the right kind of leather. Let's see, I can make leather out of these, can't I? Yes, I can. Good. Good. Alright. Bam. Book. So we'll just, you know, repeat that process. I'm going to need to breed some cows, which means I'm going to do some farming. Wherever will I do farming? And other than that, I think this is going to go great. So I think that's going to wrap this up for this episode. You know, pretty much, you know, what I've got going is pretty routine stuff, so I'm not going to bother filming that. You know, the world's going great. You know, we've got an awesome start. I feel like the next logical thing is to either go in and do the nether stuff, you know, i.e. explore around, get some of those resources, or go do the villager trading, or set up a mine. I'm not sure which one I'll do next. I'll probably decide in the next video, but other than that, we will catch you guys all later.